Peace, family. Peace, meaning positive energy always creates elevation. And so with that being said, man, I want to start this live off, first of all, by talking about the people that come on my page, man, and want to say that certain messages are very satanic, all right? First and foremost, a lot of you people, man, that want to say what message is satanic and things like that, you couldn't even tell me certain scriptures outside of the Bible, okay? You couldn't. So a lot of you guys don't even understand the word that's in the Bible enough to even be able to perceive it from a certain standpoint, okay? And so with that being said, when you understand that, you know, we are living in a programmed society that is fear-based, then you understand that everything that you read, not everything in the Bible, is programmed, is a part of your programming, but a lot of the things that you read in the Bible is programmed, and this is and you believe it because you don't think enough of yourself to even go do the research that is necessary to be able to see past the programming. You feel me? Because if you did read the Bible, then you will understand that, you know, even then in the Bible it tells you that what the Almighty hasn't given you the spirit of fear, but He gave you one of power, love, and sound mind, right? So anytime that you operate out of fear, anytime that you can be controlled through fear, so on and so forth, that's just saying that that isn't Him. That isn't the spirit that He has placed upon you, meaning the Almighty. You understand what I'm saying? So when we understand that from that perspective, then we understand that anything that is trying to be forced upon you from a place of fear is only to, you know, control you, to program you, to keep that program running. You understand what I'm saying? And so I say that to say that when we talk about hell and things like that, you know, we have to understand that, yes, I'm not saying that the Almighty does not exist. I'm not saying that there is not that Satan is not present in the realm that we stay in. But I am trying to tell you that when did one of our ancestors ever speak before the British Empire came along and forced Christianity on us? What ancestor that you can say down the line from doing years and years of research that ever told you that you was going to hell after you passed, all right? Even when you go back to ancient Kemet, they never spoke of hell in ancient Kemet. You see what I'm saying? It was never spoke of, bro, because they understood that once you transition, bro, you go back to from what you came from. And this is told to you in the Bible, because the disciple, when he asked, for those of you who vibrate at that frequency, I always have to revert back to the Bible, because you have to understand that they give you the truth with the lies, right? So for those of you who read the Bible, right, even when the disciples asked Jesus, they said to him, he said, when shall the kingdom of heaven come? He told him, like, man, look, the kingdom of heaven is not coming. He said, you shall not go here, there, for the kingdom of heaven is within, okay? That's because he understood that the kingdom of heaven is a state of consciousness. You create your own heaven, you create your own hell. So therefore, if you transition in a certain state of consciousness, believing that hell exists, you're going to go into that realm stuck into that still mind state, because we are conscious beings. We are light beings. You have to come to that realization that you are a light being. You are a spiritual being first. A physical fire cannot burn a spiritual, you know, essence. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to create that through your state of consciousness, through the things you choose to believe in. This is why they push that in front of you, because they understand the spiritual world way more than what you understand. You feel me? So that's the thing that you need to really grasp, that everything that you have been subjected to is more so a programming. You know, they'll have you believe in the Bible that Adam and Eve was the first people to be created, when in all actuality, it was two original creations, okay? This is why when Cain was kicked out of the land and he left the land, he ran into other people. If it was only 4 people created, meaning him, Seth, Adam, and Eve, him, Seth, Adam, Abel, and Eve, we know Cain killed Abel, right? Seth was born, I want to say, after Adam, and then when it was only 4 people on the land. So when Cain was banned from the land, how did he meet his wife? Y'all don't stop and question those type of things. These were the only 4 people that was living at the time. How did he meet his wife? And I'm just giving you this point of view to let you understand that there's truth that was mixed in with the lies. See, they got a hold of the teachings and they took things out and added things in so that they can control you. Okay? You create your own heaven, you create your own hell. You feel me? So get that through your head. I keep telling you, man, when you growing spiritually, man, you need to relearn everything it is that you was taught. You feel me? You got to relearn that, bro. Ain't nobody sitting here finna waste their time telling you, lads, you just go to the church. The problem is, man, a lot of us grew up in these churches, man, and they went to, a lot of these preachers had to go to these schools to get the education. And we know the etymology of the word education. So when they went to school, they was molded and trained to teach the things that they're teaching you, because the etymology of the word education derives from a word that means to be molded or trained. That's another thing I'm going to have to go back and revert to the Bible too. When you talk about the Levites in the Bible. See, this is what I tell you. A lot of people who come to you and they speak to you from a Christian standpoint, they couldn't even tell you what was happening in the Bible because they never took the time to read the Bible for themselves outside of what they've been taught inside the church. So when you talk about a lot of these ministers right now that go to church, that go to schools to be educated, to be molded, to be trained, to teach you certain things, and then you revert back to the Bible. A lot of these teachers, a lot of these ministers wouldn't even be ministers if we had to go by what the Bible state a minister, what it took to be a minister. And that is because a lot of ministers had to come from a certain tribe, which was the Levites. Okay? So we got to see past the BS. It was a bloodline. You had to be a part of a certain bloodline in order to be ordained a minister. You couldn't just go to school, learn certain things, be hit with some water, and then become a minister, and now you teaching. You see what I'm saying? This is facts. You need to understand it, man. Like it up and share it, man. For those of you who have not followed the YouTube channel, follow it. It's up above the it's above this, man. Hit the link, man. We almost hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm ready to go live over there as well. You feel me? So yeah, you feel me? And hey, say the Bible is symbolic. That's facts. Everything that I'm telling you, bro, do you not understand that you can go to the Bible and find everything that I'm telling you, but the way that they put it to you, you don't even believe it. When I tell you, man, everything you think has a vibrational frequency to it, they tell you the same thing in the Bible for those of you who vibrate at the same frequency. How do they say it? So a man thinketh, so a man shall become. Because they understand that everything starts with a thought. Even your conception, the way you were born, started with a thought. You were thought. First, your mother made the conscious decision to say, I want to have sex. Okay? Then she laid down, and then she did what she thought about having. And in the process, some of your people even thought that I wanted to have a child. So therefore, you was planned. And then guess what? Because we know that the woman, the word woman, I keep telling you guys, is mispronounced. The name is womb man because, you know, and it's an acronym for womb manifestation, because through her womb, which is the first portal to the realm that we enter, she manifests life. Okay? So she is being the divine feminine energy is the second chakra in incarnation, because she is creativity in herself. She create life through her womb. You understand what I'm saying? So not only did the Bible tell you that so a man thinketh, so it shall become, and I'm giving you a prime example by saying that she thought you into existence. Okay? Because they understand that everything comes from a thought. You feel me? Also, they tell you that what? You know, that the words that we speak have life and death in them, right? Because we speak things into existence. So what did I tell you? I said we have to speak things into existence. Okay, this is something I understand. They understand that too. But the way they put it to you, they ain't going to tell you. You see what I'm saying, though? They ain't going to tell you the way I'm telling you. I'm giving you the right out truth. They understand because the language that we speak, you know, we speak, it's a spellbinding language. So you speak things into existence. It's life and death in your words. So therefore, you have to think positive thoughts, and you have to speak the things that you will have into your life, whether it be happiness, love, joy, whatever you want. You have to speak those things into existence first and foremost. You feel me? It's nothing I'm telling you from a standpoint to make you think that anything that I'm saying to you is from a false point of view. You understand what I'm saying? So now you understand that if you want whatever you want in your life, you have to make sure that the things that you think are from a positive or a high vibrational frequency state of mind. You feel me? You have to be very cautious of the things you think. Don't be thinking Don't go out here and think negative thoughts, because those are the same thoughts you're going to manifest. Because so a man thinketh, so he shall become. You're going to start to think negative thoughts. Then you're going to start to speak negative thoughts. And then you're going to start to move in a low vibrational frequency. Because when you understand the laws of the universe, and you know that one of those laws of the universe is the law of action, you have to put actions behind your thoughts and your words in order to be able to manifest the things that you want in life. Whether that be love, I ain't talking about materialistic things, happiness. You understand what I'm saying? And if you want a little material things too, you have to think it, you have to speak it, and you have to move from a high vibrational frequency state. Meaning you have to be positive. I've spoken on this on several occasions, and I feel like this is not going to be the last time I speak on it, because a lot of people are new to the channel and they don't quite understand that, there are certain steps that we take in terms of creating happiness in our lives, in terms of getting the things that we would have, in terms of manifesting your reality. You manifest your reality. I heard a person tell me, oh, you have to, God has to manifest your reality. When are you going to get it through your head that you are not the Almighty, but you are God? He tells you this because he says that I made you in your likeness, in my likeness, and in my image. Drop them nines if you can hear me, man. Welcome back, Taylor. Drop them nines if you can hear me, man. Somebody call me, man. I'm trying to drop them nines if y'all can hear me. I'm giving y'all, I'm giving y'all, man, what's really going on, bro. You feel me? We are powerful, way more powerful than what you think you are. They tell you this. They put it right in front of your face, but this is something you overlook all the time. The mind is a very, very, very powerful thing. You feel me? It's very powerful. Especially for those of you who are ether beings. You are way powerful. Like every superhero that you've watched on television, they're giving you a projection of who you were if you were 100% in tune with yourself. Understand that. My sound keep going in and out. Sandra, can you guys hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me clearly. That's because somebody tried to call me, y'all. You feel me? So yeah, stop believing everything that you hear. This is what you were given the power of discernment for. You need to be able to discern when you hear the truth. And when I say discern, don't go based off what you were taught, because there's real shit going on in this realm that we stand in that you overlook because it's not in biblical context. That's one reason why I don't subscribe to any religion to begin with, because I truly believe that every religion, it only separates you from each other. Religion separates you from the Almighty. That's how I truly feel, okay? And, I feel like you can learn something from each one of them. When we talk about meditation, that comes from Hinduism. We all understand how powerful meditation can be for those of us who meditate. You see what I'm saying? They ain't going to tell you that, the Jesus, which we understand who is Tammuz and things like that, you have to do your studying, man. They ain't going to tell you the things he studied with in order to become who he came. They took a large proportion of his life out of the Bible. That alone should tell you what happened to him from this point of his life to the next point of his life. What happened to him then? You mean to tell me everything in his life was documented, but this area of his life, how we know what happened in between that area of his life was not important? How do we know that? You feel me? Between that period of time, how do we know it was something that wasn't being taught in that period of time? You feel me? But I just say that to say that, they put certain things in there because you have to understand when we're dealing with Draconian reptilians, man, they move off of fear. They want to keep you in a state of fear because they are low vibrational. Not all of them. Now you have to understand that not all Draconian reptilians are evil beings, all right? But they feed off of low vibrational energy, okay? And so when I tell you about low vibrational or draconian reptilians, you have to understand when we talk about the British Empire, who colonized majority of the planet or the realm that we stay in right now, those were draconian reptilians because that is in their nature. This is why they came to this realm and they colonized this realm as well. You feel me? Because it's in their nature to colonize. You feel me? So it's only right for them to come over and colonize, which is why we've been seeing so many videos, and this stuff has been talked about for years and years and years. It's just that we are in the age of Aquarius. More and more people are starting to become aware of what is going on. You see what I'm saying? They starting to become awoken because this is the age of information. This is the age of awakening and things like that. So a lot of people are starting to become awakened to the fact that we are living in this realm with other people, with people who are not from this realm that came here through other portals. I just spoke about how everything you see, even the stars, is inside the dome, okay? It's inside the dome. Then they travel through these planets through portals and things like that. So when they give you the depiction of what is known as a dark hole and things like that, that's a portal. You just your intuition ain't open enough, or your third eye is not open enough for you to even grasp the concept. Then when they tell you that these people are coming through these dark, what are these holes in the galaxy and things like that, I can't even think about what it is right now. That's a portal that they've come through, okay? Which another portal is going to open again next year. This is why you see CERN doing what they're doing, because they're trying to open up the portal. They're trying to assist in the opening. It opens every 10 years. Ever since the year, I think 1943 or 1953, I can't remember. Ever since those years when the Ashtar Command first came over here, this portal has been open. They give you depictions when you see these aliens hovering over the White House. Go look it up. You feel me? Stargates and things like that. I was just telling my brother they went to St. Louis for the weekend. For the weekend. He took his family to a vacation to St. Louis, and the arch. What is the arch in the form of? It's in the form of what? A rainbow. We all know what a rainbow is. A rainbow is a stargate. They even tell you in the history of it that the arch is a representation of a portal to the Western world. You understand what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna do a vlog on St. Louis and the symbolism in the arch, because you have to understand what about signs and symbols for the conscious mind. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind, and it's very important when you're traveling and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? Right? You understand what I'm saying? He hit it right on the head. David Garcia Jr. say through them stargates, portals. That's what them stars are. But you have to understand that everything is inside the dome. Everything that you see, everything that they've told you is a lie. Understand that. So, with that being said, man, that ain't what I really want to get on here and talk about. I see a lot of stuff going on with the neighborhoods that we stand in. Y'all don't even understand. See, they keeping you so distracted to everything that's going on. A lot of you haven't even realized that the moon has been out full-fledged all day long. Every day. It's out. You feel me? Beloved T say, I'm in St. Louis. Shout out to St. Louis. You feel me? You feel me? Tim Mayweather say, Merida say, what don't? Okay, you have to understand. We're going to get into the Orion Wars and things like that. Now, the Draconian Reptilians actually put a dome, it's actually an energy field that's over us to stop other beings from getting into this planet. You feel me? That could help us raise our vibrational frequencies and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to get into that. You feel me? But yeah, like I was just saying, the moon is out, bro. The moon is out all day, every day. You feel me? Is that not weird to y'all? For those of us who grew up looking for the moon and couldn't find it throughout the day. Sometimes at night you couldn't even see the moon. But now you can look outside your window at any given time and see the moon. That's because that moon isn't real. I've spoken to y'all. That isn't our original moon. That's the moon of Kingu. That's the moon that actually keep us under the spell of sleep. It's a draconian reptilian mothership. See, and for those of you who don't understand what motherships is, man, motherships are the size of planets. So when you talk about planet Nibiru, Planet Nibiru is a mothership. And if you know anything about Planet Nibiru, you know about how doing this, how it ended up coming toward us in our direction. You know that it smacked into a planet by the name of Meldeck, all right? And it knocked a chunk off of Meldeck. It also smacked into Tiamat, which is what Earth's traditional name is Tiamat, Planet Kai. Okay? It smacked into Planet Kai because Planet Kai was way bigger than what it is, and it knocked a chunk out of Planet Kai, which caused the meteorite strike that happened millions and millions of years ago, and caused the ancient people to end up running and hiding into the earth behind waterfalls and things like that. It caused the dying of the dinosaurs. All right, this is where we get that meteorite, the meteor shower that caused all of this to happen. Right, but I'm just saying that to say that just tells you how big these motherships are for those of you who doubt me. You feel me? They forget to put it up. You feel me? They forget to put it up. I'm telling a lot of y'all, man, y'all better see we going through a spiritual warfare. When I like to say an energy warfare, because we live in an energetic society. Everything in this universe deals with energy, first and foremost. So when you understand that, then you understand that we are going through a spiritual war, which is an energy war, right? And we are in the end times, man. Life as you know it is finna get ready to come to an end. We finna either ascend or everything around us is gonna be destroyed. You feel me? That's a fact. Either you're gonna ascend or everything around you is gonna be destroyed. Which is why you seeing everything around you. The sign shall be in the stars, right? That's why you see we going through this what they want to call global warming. That's because we finna get ready to go to the polar shift, and the planet is finna get ready to transition back to its original state. You feel me? You heard what he just said? If you ever seen Star Wars, the moon looks like the Death Star mothership. You feel me? They give it to you. They give it to you in these movies. I told you, because they have to give you the truth. It's universal law. They have to give you the truth, but they give it to you in the form of a lie because they know that you're not gonna be able to understand it. See, they thinking they can stop whatever is happening, and they can't. It's out of their hands. You see what I'm saying? That is the moon of Kingu. It keeps us under the spell of Leviathan, which has kept us in the spell of sleep for over 6,000 years. Our moon was blown out of orbit, okay? Our moon was called Titan. And our moon originated from this planet. So when you look at the Grand Canyon, that is where the moon came from. See, it's deeper than what you think it is. Because one of the ships that was attached to Nibiru, because you have to understand that when Nibiru crashed into the planet of Meldeck, which is the planet from which the reptilians derive from. So this is where you get everything that is considered to be a serpent, snakes, dragons, anything that is considered to be a serpent, some of the grays and things like that, they come from the planet of Meldeck. They come from that realm, okay? The Orion constellation. You feel me? And so what they did was they sunk four ships out because they thought that they were under attack, in which they wasn't. So they sunk these 4 ships out, known as the four winds. And when they tried to attack Nibiru, planet Nibiru, it activated its gravitational force field, which caused these ships to shut down and be pulled into its gravitational field. All right. And so when this happened, they drugged them along with them toward, it was coming toward us because it had been taken off track because I think either I can't think of what planet that is that has electrical storms and things like that. That's what caused planet Nibiru to go off of its course, all right? And how it ended up bumping into this planet, ultimately coming toward Tiamat at the time, all right? And this caused Tiamat to when Tiamat, it was people that was already inhabiting this planet when Nibiru came here. And what happened was they sent out some people because they seen this ship coming toward, and it's a long story of how they ended up getting into a little spat with Planet Nibiru, and how it spun around and caused one of the West Wings to fly off and crash into the planet and knock a chunk of it out, which was then pulled into the what is known as space, and became our moon, the moon of Titan. And so when you talk about the ocean and the tides and the things that you get from the ocean, this is because the moon was consistently trying to pull its way back into our gravitational field, and this is how you get those effects. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, if you haven't started to follow me, we most definitely gonna get into all this over on the YouTube channel. The link is at the top. They're making it hard for me to get my YouTube, because I'm not just talking about things like this over there. I'm talking about the truth of the matter of what is going on around us, how there is really such a thing as targeted individuals, and most of the ones who are targeted are the ones who were chosen to come back and to basically do exactly what I'm doing right now. But see, a lot of them haven't gotten to that point where they're doing it, because they understand that it's a spiritual warfare that's taking place. Delisha Ingram, welcome to Live Reflection. You feel me? They understand that, bro. So what they're trying to do is, man, you have to understand that they know they're expecting certain people to come in and do exactly what is being done right now, okay? How do they track you? They'll track you through birth, through your astrology chart. You feel me? This is how a lot of people are being tracked when they come into this realm, through their astrology chart, because you give off an energy so strong that they decide that they need to search up, because they're waiting on another Messiah to come. You feel me? Yeah, like ripples and things like that. You feel me? So yeah, you feel me? Maverick, thanks Reflection. You feel me? So yeah, you know, it's really bigger than what we think it is, man. I want y'all to, like I keep telling y'all, man, when it comes to certain things, man, in this world, man, you can't depend on what other people are telling you in terms of what you read in the Bible and things like that. And I'm not saying that everything in the Bible is false, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of things in the Bible that was really meant to keep you in a stagnant motion. It's a lot of lies that was in the Bible. We just broke down how, you know, the first two people they say that were created was Adam and Eve, and then how they gave birth to Cain and Abel. We know that Cain killed Abel. You see what I'm saying? And then they gave birth to Seth, but Cain was banned from the land. So how did Cain end up, if they were the only 5 people that was alive at one point in the planet, how did Cain end up meeting his wife? You see what I'm saying? How? Those are the things that you don't question. You feel me? So, and then a lot of you don't even understand that, you know, a lot of y'all don't understand that, you know, when we talk about the English language, man, you know, they didn't even want the scriptures to be transferred into the English language, because they knew that in them doing that, you know, that the scriptures was going to be misinterpreted. Because when we talk about the original language, you know, each word in the language means one specific thing, and the English language has, you know, each word means several different things. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talk about Elohim, who are the Elohim, they would have you think that the Elohim means God. But when in all actuality, Elohim, in the original context of the word or the language that it was derived from, means God, G-O-D. It's a singular word. It's plural. It means gods, G-O-D-S. Okay? Which is why in the second creation, when they started to create him, they said, let us make them in our image. Let us make them in our image, because you have to understand that it was more than one creation that took place. They tell you everything I'm telling you. They tell you about these giants and things like that in the Bible. They tell you about all of this. So you feel what I'm saying? But they put it from a religious perspective. If you haven't watched my video on Yaqub, then you understand that he taught the people that he genetically grabbed that the Almighty was a spook. You understand what I'm saying? He taught them that. And so then when they conquered us, they went on and started to teach everybody that God was a spook. You see what I'm saying? This is part of how, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? This is part of how they started to run, you know, rule us. They had to make us forget exactly who we are. You feel me? You have to make a person forget who they are. You can't give them their heritage if you want to keep them in a submissive state. If you knew that you was as powerful as you are, would you be, you feel me? Would you be willing to accept the things that surround you? I highly doubt it. You feel me? Elohim. Elohim means gods. So you have to read the Bible. They speak of the Elohims, man. A lot of people don't know. When you talk about the first creation, that was the first creation was when we evolved from the water, when the Neteru, which are the these are divine energies that govern the cosmic nature in terms of the way life is developed and things like that. So these 9 ether gases came down to this planet, okay, and basically helped you grow. They governed over. They watched over you as you move from the water onto the land. They came down, manifested themselves into a physical form, and watched over you as you started to develop to ensure that your development started out right. I mean, went the way that it was planned for you to go, because they govern life not only on this planet but in every other universe and realm. You feel what I'm saying? And so them along with the sun, which is why they call ether beings sun beings, okay? This is why they call us children of the sun, because we have they don't tell you that you have what is called sun genes inside you. You feel me? And these sun genes, you had to have these sun genes at the time that you were created, because the planet was so dense and hot that if you didn't have these sun genes, then you wouldn't be able to live on the planet. See, you are nature. You are made of, from the cosmic things that govern the nature. You made of all nine existing gases, which is why 9 is the most, nine being the highest number in mathematics. And there isn't a number that's higher than the number 9. Because there are only 9 gases that is needed in order to sustain life, or to create life and sustain it in the universe. You understand what I'm saying? So you have what is called, you have in your bloodline what is called sun genes. And what happened is, I've said this on several occasions, these sun genes, what they do is they unite with your blood. And when they unite with your blood, it forces an energy in you so hot to stir up that it starts to push through your skin. And for those of us who are a certain complexion, this is how we get our complexion. This is how we get our hair, because that heat pushes through our scalp. And when you look at our hair, this is the same thing that you see on the sun. It's called flocculus. Flocculus is like a woolly texture. If they were to get close up on the sun will be a black ball. And when you get up on the sun, you see like a wool texture on the sun that sticks up as if it's attached to the sun's surface, and it sticks up as if it was antennas. And this is it's the same thing that's attached to our head. And this is why I always say that you are the lesser light to the bigger light. We are the lesser light. We are a direct reflection of the sun. We are children of the sun. You feel me? And that's facts. So, another thing I wanted to speak on is about, the neighborhoods, man. We need to start coming to the conscious realization when it's time for us to move our children outside of certain communities. You feel me? I know a lot of us come from low poverty neighborhoods, man. We love our community so much that we don't want to give up on it. But at the same time, we have to start to realize that sometimes the communities that we are being subjected to by force, because a lot of us were forced to be in these communities. You feel me? So when you think about the word projects, a lot of us grew up in what we would consider projects, right? Me being one myself, right? We don't understand the definition. What is a project? What is a project? You are a project. You are something that they're experimenting with. So they put you all in this environment to see how that will work. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why I say that you were forced into this environment, and you know how the community is ran. It's a real, community. Everybody knows each other, so on and so forth, and we get attached to this community. But we have to understand that a lot of our children are not being raised by parents that are willing to raise them. So they become to subjected. Well, I wouldn't even say that they ain't willing to raise them. They are unable to raise them. And this is because the way society has programmed us to set things up around us. A lot. Yep, they fucking with my lab, y'all. They messing with my lab, bro. They always do this to me. You feel me? So yeah, what I was saying is that a lot of us are being subjected to these communities by force, right? And a lot of parents are unable to raise their children due to the programming that we're being subjected to. You see where I'm at? I'm at work right now. I have to work in order to pay bills, so on and so forth, because if not, then my family is going to be in the streets. You see what I'm saying? So, a lot of parents are in single family. They're single parents, especially the the goddesses. They single parents. They're single mothers. You see what I'm saying? So they have no one to babysit their children to make sure they're doing the things that they need in terms of, not watching certain things that they shouldn't watch, not being outside in the streets when they shouldn't be in the streets. So now we have two things happening because they're unable to raise them, because they're obligated to do certain things. Then they're left to be around to either raise themselves or have the streets raise them. You see what I'm saying? Me being one of them. I come from the hood. You feel me? So, now these kids, we understand that programming is in television, which is why for most of us who grew up and when we were, a lot of y'all don't know what TV guides are and things like that. If you're young and you watching, you don't know what a TV guide is. When you watch a TV guide and you looking for a channel, on the side of that, what they say? What does it say on the side of that TV guide? It says program, because they understand through television. What is television? We know the acronym of television means tells lies to your vision, right? It tells lies to your vision. You are being programmed. So through television, they're telling lies to your vision, and telling lies to your vision, they are starting to program you. That's because they trying to knock my live off, y'all. You feel me? That's facts. You feel me? So a lot of our kids are being programmed to think that they should be living a gang life. They should be selling drugs. They should be doing certain things that's really damaging our communities. You feel me? And so then they go outside into these communities and they go around other children or pre-adults and things like that who've already been programmed, and they get a vision of the lifestyle that they think that they should be basically worshiping, or that they should be having. So they start to see the people that's in the communities that should be leaders selling drugs, riding nice cars, and because of this they having nice clothes and things like that. You see what I'm saying? All this is done strategically. It's a project. That's why they put you in the projects. All this is done strategically. Even when we go back to the war on drugs, we heard what's his name, Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, say what? That his connect was who? The police, the law enforcement, the CIA. He said his connect was the CIA. This is what he said. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, they supply these communities with the drugs. The war on drugs was targeted to the black communities. You feel me? Because they knew if you wasn't getting caught up in doing the drugs, because you couldn't afford the things that they told you that you should have in life through television, through the programming of television, they knew that you was going to either end up selling the drug, and that was going to feed their system, and in turn make them more money and get rid of you at the same time. Because you have to understand, around the time that the war on drugs was happening, it was around the time where we were living in a more of a racist society, for lack of better words. You feel me? That's facts. So, The reason I'm saying this is because we losing so many of our gods and goddesses, man, to these communities because, you know, of the environment that they've been subjected to. What they have been taught unconsciously. And I know a lot of y'all love y'all communities and things like that, bro, but you know, you have to understand when it's time to go. This is if you want to see your children live to be great in life. Tyrone Keesley say don't get caught on the internet. That's facts. If you want to live to see your children become great in life, man, get them out of these communities, man. But I will tell you this. You need to make sure that you're doing the research on the community that you decide that you want to move to before you move to these communities as well. Because, you know, a lot of these smaller communities, man, or these large communities, man, it's danger inside those communities as well. So you want to look for certain things. You want to see if it's Masonic temples in these communities and things like that that can possibly represent some form of evil that might be taking place inside those communities. This is the stuff that you want to be doing before you go. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You ain't doing nothing wrong because you decide that you got to give your children a better lifestyle, a better perspective of life. Because that's what you're doing when you're moving them outside of these communities. You're giving them a different view of life. Because, you know, me speaking from a first-hand experience, man, I only thought the only way to get it, I had to sell drugs, rob, steal, or do some dumb shit. So I can understand how a lot of these children that grew up in these type of communities see no other way to survive other than to do these things. You feel me? So you being a parent, I feel like it's your job to make an executive decision and say, hey, it's time for me to get y'all up out of this community. Time for me to change the environment. It's okay to go back to visit, you know, occasionally, if you have a reason to go back to a visit. But a lot of people don't even have a reason to go back to visit, man. You just get so addicted to that lifestyle that you don't want to leave it. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, man. My biggest goal, I wanted to always be a life coach, and I think that's what I'm moving toward. Ultimately, being a life coach, because I want to be able to show these children that, guess what? It's something different, bro. You don't have to rob, steal, and kill to do it. You have to raise your frequencies. I feel like it's important that we re-educate our children, re-teach them the things that's necessary. They don't know who they are. Because, you know, it's important that you know who you are in order to know where you're headed. If you knew that you was a king in your past life, that you come from a lineage of royalty, you would act different. You feel me? You would act different. But see, through history, through everything that they've taught us in school, they taught us that we were nothing to begin with. They taught us that we were nothing more than slaves. And before we were slaves, we lived in a land where we basically was basically nothing then. We had nothing over there but villages where we starved to death. We were skinny people, so on and so forth. They still give you these depictions of Africa when Africa is a beautiful country. But they still depict this. Look, y'all, this is what you see what they did. This is what they did, man. I notice how they play, right? See, what they do is, man, they mess with my live, right? So that they can get rid of my viewers, man. They try to drop my viewers. This is how they do it, man. They start to interrupt the live so that they can start, they want to get rid of the viewers. You feel me? So back to what I was saying, man. They give you a depiction of Africa and things like that to make it seem like that you was nobody to begin with. And they did you a favor by putting you on them boats and pulling you over here. And look, one thing we first and foremost need to understand is that not every non-ether being came from Africa. A lot of us were here when they came. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, all of us did not come from Africa. You feel me? We didn't. So, you know, I feel like it's very important, man, for us to start moving our people outside of the environments that's no longer serving us. That's no longer helping us raise our state of consciousness. You know, I ain't talking down on the hood, man, because I'm a hood baby. I love the hood. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm just saying that, there is no way for you to grow inside that community. You're going to come outside your door and you're going to see the same thing every day. You're going to see people standing on the corner, people that wake up just to smoke weed and get high every morning. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to see the things that is going to ultimately shape your future. I mean, for your children. Some people make it out, but not everybody make it out. You see what I'm saying? Because they get sucked into the programming of their projects. You see what I'm saying? Rhonda, how did the screen change? You say it changed. What did it change to? You feel me? See, one thing about them is they don't like how I come, bro. They don't like how I come over here. So with that being said, man, they most definitely gonna target this. You feel me? They gonna target this channel, man. Right, I already know. She said her cousin, somebody on here say their cousin, who was that? Let me see. Tanya Kemp said her cousin visited Africa and said that it was the most beautiful place that he had ever seen. Yes, because it's very beautiful places in Africa. Understand that. They just give you a false perception of it. Because they know a lot of people that's over here that come from there the chances of them going back to visit it is none. They want to make sure that you don't go back and visit it by giving you the depictions through television. They're telling lies through your vision. So they tell you that there's nothing beautiful over there about the country. You see what I'm saying? This is the point that I'm making. They're telling you that there's nothing, they're not giving you an incentive to want to even go over there. Through the depictions that they give on the television that does what? Tells lies to your vision. Right. You have to understand that the number 9 is also a representation of completion too. You feel me? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, man. Y'all see how they trying to get down on me today, man. But if you still here, man, I'm asking that one, you share this video, man. Please share it. Share this information. It's important that this information get out to other people, man. You feel me? So make sure you sharing this content, man. Also, it's a link above this video. Go over there and subscribe to that channel, man. I'm ready to start going live over there, man. You feel me? Also, I Am Awakened too, man. We over on I Am Awakened too, man. So I'm gonna be dropping a lot of content over there that's not gonna be on this channel. The reason I'm doing that is because, you know, you see what they doing in my lives and stuff like that, man. We need another place to be able to congregate, just in case they want to, you know, pull us for silly stuff. You feel me? We have another platform that we can all meet and greet at. You feel me? That's on this specific platform. You feel me? And then, you know, outside of YouTube, also, what I think I'm gonna do with Instagram. I know a lot of y'all are following me, man. I want to say shout out to the ones who following me on Instagram. If you're not, go follow me on the I Am Awakened _chosen. It's gonna have the same profile picture as this one. If you following me over there, I want to let y'all know that Instagram is kind of weird, bro. The way that they doing it, they trying to make it like this new TikTok thing. So you can only do kind of short videos up over there. So what I think I'm gonna start doing is, man, I'm gonna start teaching you guys how to make, for those of you who are trying to eat cleaner and things like that, I think I'm gonna start trying to give y'all, do a little recipes videos over there to show you how to make recipes in terms of the food that you can eat to, if you're trying to take meat out of your lifestyle. You feel me? So we're gonna do like shakes, how to make a natural shake over there, how to make organic shakes, and how to, you know, make vegetarian platters that's gonna appeal to your taste buds. You see what I'm saying? And make you not long for meat like that, all right? And so with that being said, man, y'all go over there and follow me on I Am Awakened, man, _chosen. That's on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Get us up to them 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm trying to figure out how we can get through this algorithm over here so that I can start being found on the platform over there, man. I'm finding a lot of people with the same name that I have, man, but at this point, they don't even have as many followers as I have over there. So I'm trying to see how is their name coming up before mine, right? But we do know that maybe I'm being shadow banned. You feel me? And also go over to I Am Awakened too and follow me over there because I'm going to be posting a lot of good content over there as well. And so, you know, With that being said, man, I want you guys to stay aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation.